What's up, YouTube? We are back at it, and we're in a brand new location. A lot has changed. I know you guys probably want me to fill you in a little bit, but we're not doing that today. Today we are kicking off what I'm calling the Parking Garage Project Series, and the first project we have is on the Ram. Now, some of you guys might not even know that we have a 2019 Ram on the channel, and yes, it is 100% filthy, but I do want to do a quick walk around of everything that we've done to the Ram, catch you up to speed on where we are right now, and tell you some of the future plans we have for it. So without further ado, here she is. This is my 2019 Ram 1500. We did throw a leveling kit on there so that we could fit these nice new wheels and tires. Again, this thing is filthy, so forgive me for that, but we have Threat off-road wheels wrapped in Mickey Thompson Baja Boss all-terrain tires. Another mod that I did was add these Baja Designs XL80 Pros to the truck, and they really do give it a pretty mean look. We do have more Baja Designs lights going on the truck, and there's a video coming for that here soon, but that's not today. Today we are fixing one of the most annoying problems that I have with this truck, especially being here in the city. Trying to park this thing and having these mirrors with a folding function that works sometimes, it's just not going to cut it. So today we're going to fix that. And we're going to fix that with the help of our friends from Boost Auto Parts. Now, just so you guys can see what I'm talking about when I'm dealing with these folding mirrors, I'm gonna let you listen. So yes, they do still work, but they definitely don't sound very healthy. There's a lot of crunching and grinding going on as those things are opening and closing, and luckily Boost Auto Parts makes folding tow mirrors for the 2019 Ram, and basically almost every other truck for that matter, but they're going to work way better and hopefully not make nearly as much noise. And hey, we need some tow mirrors because at the end of the day, this is the tow rig. On the Boost Auto Parts website, you can actually spec these out to have all different kinds of features, whether it's power fold or different turn signals or lights or all kinds of goodies. This is going to be a nice upgrade for us. And I'm going to do my best to try and capture some of the tips and tricks that I have from doing this install. But Boost Auto Parts has a phenomenal how-to video on the install of this, and I'm going to link that down below as well, because honestly, I can't do a better job at this video than they already did. But if I find out anything along the way, you guys will see it. Now, the first step to this process is going to be to remove the interior door card. All we're going to need for that is a 90-degree pick to pull off some covers and a 10mm socket, ratchet, wrench, whatever you got. From this point, we're going to pull out the mechanism for the door handle, twist it, and release it. And with that out of the way, we can actually pull the whole door card off now. Now we got to pull the rest of this trim off because the bolts that we need to access are going to be behind this guy. And if you use a plastic trim remover tool, you won't break that like I just did. Once we get all of the trim off the door, you're going to see that we have the 4 bolts for the mirror itself actually exposed, as well as the harness for the mirror itself. The harness for your mirror itself is going to have a black connector and a white connector. I'm going to go ahead and unplug those, and then we'll pull all of these clips out so that it's ready to be removed. From that point, it's just going to be hitting the 2 10mm nuts, the 2 10mm bolts, and then this clip here is actually helping hold the mirror into place. So we're going to carefully maneuver this mirror off of the truck. Now I'm going to try my best to hold the mirror from this side while I zip these off. And and then we're just gonna pull the harness all the way through. And our new mirror has a harness of its own, so we're gonna feed that through, and then everything else should bolt up the exact same. The only difference is the clip that was holding in the factory mirror is not present here. There's a tab for it, but no clip. I guess you could grab the clip off of the factory one to hold this in place, but they didn't do it in their video, so we're not gonna do it in mine. If I was a smart man, I would have had a nut handy so that I could tighten this up. But I never claimed to be a smart man. So let's try that again. Two more 10mm bolts to go in, and this part of the install will be done. The harness for the Boost Auto does have your OEM style connectors. It also has the Christmas tree clips to be able to secure it where the factory ones were. Now, I had a couple that didn't want to come out so easily, so I'm gonna grab some pliers and pull those out, and then we'll route this harness exactly where that one was. And these clips just pop right in to the factory locations. And then we'll plug in the harness, and we do have the same white connector that's going to go down here, and then the black connector that's going to go above it, and then you're going to have this third wire if you spec your mirrors the same way that I did mine, and I'll show you guys where this comes into effect here in a bit. So on my mirrors, I opted for a running light. They're also switchback, which is really cool, and I'll show you guys that. But with the running light, that's what that extra wire's for. It's gonna come with another harness. This we need to route through this grommet, and then again through the grommet here to get it inside of the cab. So there's a couple different steps there. That's the next step. We're gonna route this into the cab, find a power source for it, and then we gotta put everything back together. So I went ahead and routed the wire nicely through the grommet all the way through into the floor of the truck. We're gonna wire that in and tuck everything away nice and neat. But before we do all of that, before I put this door card back on, I wanna plug my window switches back in and start the truck, and then make sure that we still have our folding feature before I go through all of this process. I just wanna make sure everything works the way it's supposed to. Then we'll put everything back together, because the last thing that you want is to go through the whole install, something doesn't work, and you've got to take everything back off. So let's avoid that. Man, it sounds so much better too. The other one over there is still making all kinds of clicking noises, but this worked phenomenally. So now I can unhook this and put everything back together. We'll do the other side, and then we can wire up the running light. So real quick, one thing to be aware of is some of these clips, I actually had 3 of them that didn't come out the way they were supposed to. So they are just getting in the way as I'm trying to put this back on. Obviously we want to pull these out and put them back into the little spot here on the back of the panel. Those 3 are giving me a little bit of a fight, but I should be able to get them out and replace them. All right, so it took longer than I'd like to admit, but I was able to get both of the wires routed for the running lights. Now we're actually going to use this provided inline fuse tap. We're going to combine those 2 wires down into one, but connect them into this side, and this is going to go into one of our fuses in the fuse panel that is right here. Going to be pretty difficult for you guys to see, but this 15 fuse is the one that we're going with. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that one out, get these wires connected, and clean everything up. You have to forgive the lighting down here, but you can see I put that fuse back in its spot. You can see the linkable tap there. And now we're just gonna zip tie up all of these wires, get everything nice and out of the way, put everything back together, and we should be just about done. And last but not least, so we do still have our entryway lights. We've got a turn signal that's switched back as well as a running light. And we also have this cool new feature. Moose mirrors. Is that what they call these things? Moose mirrors? I don't know. Anyways, they'll probably never go in this configuration, unless maybe when I'm towing, but otherwise, pretty clean look. That's going to be a wrap on this install, guys. Thanks again to Boost Auto Parts for sending out the tow mirrors. I'm really liking how they turned out, and I'm so glad it's not crunching and grinding every time I need to fold them in again. I did forget to mention they do still have the like power option to like adjust the mirrors. Like all of the factory features are still there. They work flawlessly, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. Not to mention the little hard to tell out here right now, it's so bright, but the daytime running light is a really cool feature as well. I believe we're going to be doing another Boost Auto Parts install on the truck here very soon, but my next video is going to be the catch-up video, let you guys know what's going on, show you that I still have the Jeep. I promise I do. And yeah, we'll catch up later. Check out Boost Auto Parts, subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys in the next one.